Alright, 88, 89 Honda Accord OBD1 conversion kit. Basically going to do somewhat of a walkthrough on what we got and what you're going to do for your installation. Let's start off way over here, right here. Got this ECU plate. Mounts to the car, holds the OBD1 ECU. It's going to come with two hardware to hold the ECU at an angle. I mean, I drilled the extra holes. If you want to go out and get you two extra bolts, you can. Now here's a socket chip kit with a street tune. This has a street tune on it. If you decide to get it chipped, and instructions on where you can take it to any TV repair shop or tuner, and they'll solder that in for you. EGR block off plates. You know, remove your you don't have to, but you know your ECU is not going to see it anymore. So EGR block off, side block off plate, and this goes in the header. Threads right into the header. Completely remove that tubing, extra stuff, caps, because you're going to be removing a lot of vacuum lines and stuff like that. And here's some extra little connectors if you need them. 4-wire oxygen sensor. Oxygen sensor bung. Alright, let's go over here. Your distributor plate, mounting hardware, modified H22 external coil distributor. Let's see all your wiring. Alright, here, this is going to be your distributor wiring. You know, that goes into one part. I got them labeled right here. This is set up for external coil. It's going to be, you know, the positive side of the blaster coil, negative side of the blaster coil. Stock location, OBD1 ECU. And if you look down here, this is going to go to the negative side of the blaster coil as well. I got everything labeled. E, B2. Wire for your 4-wire oxygen sensor. If you're going to be running a stock ECU, you're going to have the 4-wire oxygen sensor hooked up, and same with it. I got everything lettered, labeled. If you're not going to be running the 4-wire oxygen sensor, right here is going to be for your wideband. I got it labeled O. And this is your timing jumper. Got it labeled also. This will be the only wiring you'll have to do. You'll have to ground this end. That's about it. And you know, the regular jumper, the jumper plugs into the jumper right here. I got everything labeled, you know, M, B2, F, E, D, O. Alright. You're gonna want to remove your seat. It just makes it, you know, you're gonna have to. You take your seat out, remove this trim panel, remove this piece. Once you move that, it slides out. And you're gonna end up, you know, plugging your jumper in. And there's a couple different ways you can run your wire. You can mainly you can run it along the floor. How I got mine, along the floor up through there, and there's a hole, a rubber grommet hole you can run your wires through, or you can, you know, run it down the long seam of this. That's how I run my jumper, my timing jumper. You plug it in right there. It's hard to see because of the glare of the sun, but you're gonna come through these grommets with your wiring, and you know when you get your plate, you're just gonna leave the bolts loose, slide the distributor in, be sure everything's lined up, then tighten the plate bolts. You know, do all your wiring from there. And when you slide your distributor in, that's how the key needs to look at top dead center. You need to roll your car over to top dead center. Like everything labeled because of the new firing order. But that's pretty much about it. And the timing jumper, you know, runs along. Got any questions, hit me up.